How long can I survive running 28-minute 10k pace? This weekend I'm heading to Sweden to race with an Olympian, a 2:07 marathon runner and fellow YouTuber BenisRunning. It could be a complete disaster, but there's only one way to find out. So it is Saturday morning, the day before my 10k race. And because it's Saturday morning in a city we've never been in before, we're going to go and do parkrun. For me, this is my 20 to 30 minute pre-race shakeout. And I did some investigating last night and saw that friend of the channel, Jake Smith, has the course record here. And he described it as being hilly. So whether or not I actually make it right around the whole parkrun remains to be seen. But full weekend of running starts now in Stockholm. Holly, any time goals a hilly parkrun after 12, 13 weeks of injury and 3 weeks of build-up?
Under 22 would be good.
I think I'll be running with her if she's running that pace. I'll say sub 21. Here's proof that Holly beat me and has already made friends. "30-minute shakeout at this pace, done. 23-minute parkrun, but with a 30-second P-stop, done. And 4x15 second strides. We are going to go and get second breakfast too. Just losing my watch. The second breakfast. 2 pieces of bread, some salmon, scrambled egg and avocado, oranges, coffee, and pastry. So we're continuing our weekend of running at the Olympic Stadium, and Holly's decided that she absolutely must do a 400 for Strava. It's been like 3 hours since the park run and she's not run since, but here we go. Over or under 80 seconds, let's see. All the way through.
I was just thinking about all the fast people that ran here as I was doing it. I was like, I've ran. They've ran.
Holly's still asleep. Mine's at hard. So, don't want you eating something. I'm gonna eat breakfast now.
It is Sunday morning, race morning here in Balsta, Sweden. A little village about half an hour outside of Stockholm. So we arrived in Stockholm on Friday evening, got some dinner, stayed in a hotel. Saturday morning, woke up and did the park run as shakeout before sitting around for most of the day, getting some dinner and heading by train to Balsta. I think based on the fact there was only 2 options for places to stay on booking.com in Balsta, that 99% of people doing this race will be staying in Stockholm. But I just wanted to reduce any sort of thought on the morning of the race. We're about a mile from the start line where we were staying and we can just walk there now, 20 minutes, instead of trying to figure out what trains to get, how to get the trains. But feeling really good about today. The temperature is perfect. Unfortunately, it's a little bit windy again, which is just a shame, but I'm used to it by now. And it's a 2-lap course, so we're only going to be into the wind for a certain amount of time. So while we've got the time, let's talk race plan, because race plan is a bit different from how I would usually race, a bit different from how I usually feel comfortable racing. However, we're here, we have an opportunity, so we're going to take it. Basically, Evan Jager, someone who I watched racing growing up at the Olympics and the World Champs, is pacing a 28-minute group, which is 57 seconds quicker than my PB from the track last year. He's pacing that group at 28 minutes, and there's a sub-30 group, and there's not really going to be anything in between. So, the plan from coach is to just go with it for as long as I can and try not to save anything. I think at last week's 5k, I maybe saved a little bit subconsciously on that 4th lap. It's difficult to tell because you always feel like you're max efforting in the moment. But just when you can look at the splits and analyse them, you pick up any sort of mistake that you may have made. And I think for me last week, I maybe just held a little bit back too much for the last K, the last 200 specifically. So we're going to do everything we can to not do that here. Generally, I'm a very good judge of my effort and I will back off just before I get to that point where I'm going to completely bomb. But coach has told me to try my best not to do that and that we'll get a really, really good training stimulus. Honestly, this kind of feels like a free hit. It's not exactly a free hit because Stockholm's very expensive and we're here for 4 days, but it feels like a chance to take a risk because the race is set up for a really, really fast day. The course looks great, and if anything spectacular is going to happen, it's only going to happen in that front group. Take the risk, don't think about what's to come, just be there. There's also a B goal that should hopefully keep me going, and that's to win Battle of the YouTubers. I'm almost certain that BenisRunning is going to be here, and he's trying to run sub 30. So if both our race plans go as we hope they will, I should be a minute ahead of him at 5k. And if anything goes horribly wrong, then I better watch because I'll be in a YouTube video that gets several tens of thousands of views, getting absolutely smoked in the last K. And nobody wants that. No excuses. I mean, pretty windy, to be honest. But no excuses from a physical or mental standpoint. I'm 100% ready. This is a disaster.
Fantastisk konto. Och så imorgon ska vi också...
Feeling good. Obviously it's a bit blowy, but same for everybody.
Där har vi löparna där.
Ryan!
Genom...
Go on, Ryan! Go on, Ben! Go on, Ryan! That's it. Come on, Ryan. That's it. Come on, that's it. Come on! How was that?
Miserable.
Yeah.
Completely miserable.
So windy.
30, I got it. Oh, mate.
Was it tough out there?
Oh, that wind was something else.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I thought you were just going to take off, but that was really, really hard. Like, honestly, I was maxing it by the time we got out of the track after 400 metres. So I basically ran a completely flat out first K, and then by the mile mark I was like, I'm done. It felt so quick at a 28-minute pace.
Yeah.
And I knew after about a K that I had to execute plan B. Well, there wasn't really a plan B, but I had to. And even then, plan B came too late. And I honestly spent the next 3k just trying to get through it and just hoping that I would start to feel better. And I did. Ben went past me about 4.5k and I was like, kind of like a YouTuber maybe. So I sort of hung on to him and felt then once he caught me, like we went through 5k and I felt like he slowed a bit, so I thought he'd seen a spot that was too fast and I was like pushing him from the front with the wind at my back. With the plan B in, hanging behind him once we hit the wind, but felt I had a wee gap, so I just kind of kept pressing. I've watched enough BenisRunning videos to know that you can absolutely fly in the last 400, but until I went 30.28, I really cannot believe it was that slow. I felt like we were really moving with the wind at the back. Really interested to know where I lost all that time, because that's a bit of a disaster, but seriously hard race. Mostly the wind, the course was decent, but it is what it is. Obviously you come all the way out here, you want something a lot better, but nothing else I could have done now. A learning experience. I just don't think that it was there.
10 seconds slow going up that back.
Kind of interesting. You've been like switching up for like not or double.
So I'm finally back home in Glasgow after a really fun weekend in Sweden. We went to the Abbey Museum, ate good food, had a cocktail, and even did an 8-mile run together. But after some analysis, I want to give a quick summary of what I actually think went wrong on Sunday and how I plan to course correct moving forward. Obviously, the weather just didn't play ball, but I still got beat by almost 2 minutes, so blaming the wind for the result being so bad is just stupid. And actually what I can say upon reflection is that I just haven't been doing the work to deserve the result that I went there chasing. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're doing the work when you're doing the sessions that your coach is setting and hitting them really well, but the reality is I've only averaged 74 miles per week for the last 7 weeks, and so far this year I've ran 400 miles less than I had at this point in 2025. And yes, there has been some cross training in there, but it's not good enough. I respond well to high mileage. I've had periods of running 135 miles a week, and as my good friend Phil Sessman said after my disappointing result at the Bath Half, anyone can do good sessions off low mileage. It's not all been a lack of mileage and laziness though. I did have some kind of fatigue / illness at the start of April, which meant I had to miss some sessions alongside the strength work and heat training that I was so consistent with before I ran 28:57 last summer. So expect more mileage to come. I've already spoken to my coach at length about this, and he's as good as signed off us gradually working back up into the 120s. That seems to be working so well for a lot of marathon runners right now. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, I'd rather try and find out than leave all my best days in training, because I still have massive goals in this sport. Before all that though, I'm racing the Scottish 5k Championships in Edinburgh right around the time this video is released, so subscribe to see if I can turn Sunday's 10k flop into a strong 5k performance in the space of 5 days. My dad will also be racing. It's going to be a great time. We'll see you there. Cheers!